Most people trust their calendar. Meetings, deadlines, holidays marked months in advance. It feels organized, responsible. But calendars can lie. Let me tell you a story. At 26, Thomas believed being busy meant being important. His calendar was always full. Back-to-back meetings, color-coded blocks, no empty space. Empty space felt dangerous. By 34, people described Thomas with one word: dependable. He was the one who fixed problems, the one who stayed late, the one who never said no. And again, that sounded like success. Every Sunday night, Thomas reviewed the week ahead, not with excitement, with a quiet heaviness. The calendar looked full, but nothing looked meaningful. At 39, something small disrupted everything. A meeting was canceled. Just one. A rare, unexpected gap. 30 free minutes. Thomas didn't. That night, he looked at his calendar differently. Not as a plan, as a contract. Every meeting was an agreement. Every yes was a signature. He had signed away years. Thomas didn't quit his job. He changed one thing. He protected empty space. At first, just 15 minutes a day. No meetings, no calls. Just thinking. People noticed. "Are you okay? You seem less available." He smiled and said, "I'm restructuring." The empty spaces grew. So did his clarity. He began identifying meetings that produced nothing, projects that existed out of habit, urgency without purpose. Something unexpected happened. Work improved. Not because he did more, because he did less intentionally. By 45, Thomas's calendar looked strange to others. White space, shorter days, clear boundaries. But his results? Better than ever. Here's what he learned. A full calendar doesn't mean a full life. It often means a borrowed one. Freedom doesn't require quitting. It requires choosing. Choosing what deserves your attention, choosing what doesn't. Thomas still uses a calendar, but now it serves him, not the other way around. Most people measure productivity by Most people never answer that question. Not because they don't care, because the answer is uncomfortable. When Thomas began taking his calendar back, he discovered something surprising. Time pushes back, not loudly, subtly. Miss one meeting and nothing collapses. Decline another and the world adjusts. The fear was always louder than the reality. He noticed how often urgency was borrowed. Someone else's deadline, someone else's panic, someone else's poor planning, and for years, he had paid the price. Thomas began asking a new question before every yes. What am I giving up to say this? Not money, time. And time, once spent, never returns. At first, the boundaries felt awkward. He worried about being replaced, forgotten, overlooked, but something else happened instead. People prepared better. Meetings became shorter. Decisions became clearer, because his time was no longer unlimited. Scarcity created respect. One morning, Thomas woke up without an alarm, not because he was on vacation, because his day allowed it. He made coffee slowly, sat in silence, and realized something profound. This was not laziness, this was control. The calendar no longer dictated his value. His choices did. He began scheduling what mattered first: health, learning, family. Work filled the remaining space, not the other way around. Here's the truth most people miss. If everything is a priority, nothing is owned. Thomas still worked hard, but now his effort had direction, not motion. Direction changes outcomes. Years later, a younger colleague asked him for advice. "How do you stay so calm?" she asked. My calendar is destroying me." Thomas didn't give her a system. He gave her a question. Which meetings would survive if they had to earn their place? That question changed her, too. Most people treat their calendar like a cage. Thomas learned to treat it like a map. A map shows options. A cage removes them. And the difference between stress and freedom is often nothing more than who draws the lines. So if your days feel heavy, don't ask for more time. Ask for more ownership. Because the moment you stop letting others decide how your hours are spent, you don't just regain time, you regain yourself. That's when the calendar stops lying and starts telling the truth.